Okay, so my name is Claire Godden and I'm Head of Adult Services at Just Be. Just Be is a specialist bereavement support service offered by St Michael's. We offer bereavement support to any child, young person or adult in the district bereaved through any death. So it doesn't need to be a terminal illness. It could be a road traffic accident, it could be murder, it could be suicide, and the service is free to the individuals that access it. So when somebody's being given a diagnosis, what we would encourage that individual to do with family and friends is to have open and honest conversations with them. So those might be revolving around what they might want for the funeral, or it might be reconciling some differences. It might be letting the friends and family know what they need from them. And the reason we encourage that is because it impacts on the grieving process of the people that are left behind. So if the person that's dying is accepting of their diagnosis, again the grieving process will be very different for the people that are bereaved. So we would encourage individuals to have those conversations. Also with children and young people, we would encourage open, honest conversations, but would use age-appropriate language, so language that that young person will understand. So when people are bereaved, the list of emotions that they might experience is endless. So some people experience overwhelming sadness, for some people it might be anger, for others it could be anxiety and fear for the future, lots of guilt, relief. And because there are so many emotions and everybody experiences those very individually, what we recognise and encourage individuals to recognise is that their grieving process is very different to everybody else's. So you might have two people in a room who are both grieving the death of their father, for example, but their experiences of the grieving process will be very different. So there's nothing useful, as far as I'm concerned, about comparing the way that we grieve with other people. Again, lots of the work that we do at Just Be is encouraging people to recognise that their grieving process is normal and natural, because what they're feeling is what they're feeling. Some people will come into the service simply to hear that what they're doing is normal and natural. So some people refer themselves into the service 10, 20, 30 years following a death. And that's because for some people they are able to put a lid on their grief and carry on living their lives as they were doing before. But what happens then is that they may experience a different loss. It doesn't have to be death. It might be a divorce, it might be redundancy, and what that does, it triggers all the unresolved grief. So they're now managing two sets of emotions, two sets of losses. So that's another reason why we know that people refer themselves into the service, and we are able to manage that as we would any other bereavement. So there might be some people out there that are wondering whether the service is right for them. What I would say is refer yourselves in and have a session and see what it feels like for you, because what I know is that people don't understand or recognise what bereavement support is about. So refer yourselves in, have a session and see if it feels right for you.